the screen. So guys, any issues, any doubts, anyone having any questions? Right. Okay. So taking backups and doing restores, right? You know, right? Every night 2 a.m. you know your WhatsApp is going to be backed up all the messages. Why it is going to be backed up? To which location it is going to be backed up? Can anyone tell me?
Database
Cloud,
Yes.
their cloud environment.
Okay, cloud environment, very good. Next, why it is going to be backed up? Why it will take the backup of all your messages, charts and all? Why? For the
If it is
safety.
damaged.
Right, very good. For the safety, right? For the data safety. Imagine you are not, imagine that is also one case damaged, or else you are simply changing your phone from one device to
Automatically,
another
some
device.
files are crashed, then we will get better backup of the files.
Yes, very good. Okay, so if you are changing your device from one to another device, then once you registered this device with your email ID that you gave to your old device, then automatically whatever messages are there, all the charts are going to be restored immediately. It will ask us, right? So it is going to be backed up all your messages, all your charts to your email account. Email account means what? It is backing up to the cloud account. Okay, so for example, you just registered your okay Samsung phone with xyz@gmail.com. You are using this phone since 1 year, and now you want to change the Samsung phone to another phone, Oppo. You are trying to change the phone from Samsung to Oppo. Once you registered with the same account that you used for Samsung in the Oppo, once you registered the Oppo device with the same email ID, then once you install the WhatsApp, it will ask us to restore all the messages. Once if you click on that restore button, it will restore all the messages. If it has to restore means without storing the data, how can it restore? It cannot store. Without taking the backup, how can it restore the latest messages and all, latest charts and all? It cannot restore. So every day night 2 a.m. if you observed or not, every day night 2 a.m. your WhatsApp is going to be backed up to your cloud account, to your Gmail or whatever it is, to that account it is going to be backed up. Okay, so it will take the backup of all your messages, all your charts and all. And once you change the device, or if something happened to your device, then automatically you can restore the databases. You can restore the data and all with the help of these backups. So in the same way, don't know next minute what happened. There is no guarantee. You are storing very important information. Say, for example, one of the Amazon server catches fire. In that server, they stored your data. You just bought a product of something like a gold coin, which is around 1 lakh rupees in the Amazon. The payment is done. Everything is done. You're waiting for the product. Suddenly the server catches fire. They don't have your address. They don't have your payment information. What is the situation in that case? Who is going to lose the money? Are you going to lose the money, or Amazon is going to lose the money? Right? As the money is deducted, the product is not going to be delivered. So it's an headache for you, right? So in the same way, not only a small or big data, for every data, backup is very important. Without backup, it's very difficult to manage the data. So as a DBS, what we are going to do as a SQL DBA, it's our responsibility to back up all the databases, whatever databases you're handling, whatever database servers you're handling, it's our responsibility to take the backup of all the databases. Okay, so as a DBA, as a SQL DBA, our one more responsibility is we have to take the backups whenever needed. We have to restore the database. Okay, if something happened, then we have to restore the database with the help of existing backups. If there are no backups, how can you restore? You cannot restore, right? So next minute, what will happen? We don't know. That's why for safety side, for data safety, we are going to perform the backups on all the databases. If something happened, we can restore easily with the help of existing backups. Okay, right? And database refresh tasks. These are common tasks. Usually we'll get these tasks. Okay. In the
I
organization.
have one question regarding the backups.
Yes, yes.
You are saying like we need to take a backup. What is the duration? Like we need to keep on taking the
See,
backup for
it depends. It depends. We have threshold limit. Okay. For each and every retention period, we can call it as a retention period or retention policy. Okay. So organizations don't maintain years and years of data using backup files. They will maintain years and years of data using databases. But backup files, they don't maintain, okay, years and years, days and days, months and months. Hardly they will maintain last 3 backups. Okay, might be if one backup is corrupted, they can utilize one more backup. Last 3 backups hardly. Sometimes depends upon the storage constraints, they will maintain last 2 backups. If one backup is corrupted, they can use one more backup. Okay, so these backups has a limited time period. Might be they will use only last 2 or 3 backups. They will store, remaining all backups will be deleted. Okay, data can be stored. See, in the SQL Server, you can store years of data, not an issue. Until you delete it, won't be deleted. If there is a storage issue, you have to add extra storage. That is your responsibility. If you want data, you have to buy the storage to store the data. Okay. Right. So database refresh activities. What is this database refresh activities? I'll tell you. Okay. These activities will do weekly once or monthly once in the organization. We have to refresh the lower environment. What is this lower environment, guys? So in the organization, we'll have 2 environments, lower environment and higher environment, or prod environment or and non-prod environment. Prod and non-prod. Prod means production. Okay. Non-prod means non-production. Right? Prod environment, non-prod. It's not proud, prod. Okay. Prod and non-prod. Right. So prod and non-prod environments. What is this prod environment? So your live application will always connect it to the prod environment. Okay, whatever servers you can see, these are the servers, right? So if the application is live application that you can access, that a public can access, the live application can always connect to the production environment. These servers you can call it as a production servers. Non-production servers also like this only, but non-prod people, okay, the public won't connect, and it's not, the data is not, the live data is not going to be, okay, inserted into the environment. In the production environment, the live data, if you are buying something, it's a live data, then the data will be stored in the production environment. Only for testing purpose, again, employees and, okay, developers will use non-prod environment, okay, for testing purpose. Why? Because if someone wants to introduce one feature here on the application, someone wants to introduce one feature, okay, they just want to move the feature. For example, this is the home page, Flipkart home page, right? So they want to change the banner. So immediately they don't change on the production environment. First, they will check in the non-production environment. After changing how it look like, any issues, any challenges we are facing, everything looks good, then only they will implement that change on the production environment. Means it will be implemented on the live application. Okay, guys, is it clear? Whenever sometimes you are going to update your apps, once you update your apps, sometimes you can see new features and all in the apps. Don't think those new features will be directly they are going to implement on production environment, on the live application. No, first there is a demo application, non-prod application will be there. First they will do whatever changes they want to do, they will do on that non-prod. If the changes are successful, then only they will implement on production environment. Like pilot projects, corona vaccination came right earlier. Once scientists invented this corona vaccination, they gave to everyone in the India. What they did first, they went for trials. Okay,
Yes.
they went for trials, first trial, second trial, third trial. After 3 trials, they have to apply for DGCA. Not DGCA, what is that? Medical board will be there, right? So they have to apply for that. Once they approved, once the government of India approved the vaccination, then only they can give the vaccination to everyone. So they are going to do the trials first. In the trials, they are going to, okay, document lot of things, how it is behaving on this age group people, how it is behaving on middle age group people, how it is behaving on elder people. So like that, they are going to keep on everything. Yeah, they will document each and every small things also. Once everything looks good, then only, okay, they are going to give the vaccination to the public after the approvals. In the same way, whatever we want to do on the live application, we cannot do directly. It may impact, the application might down. Imagine, guys, if Flipkart is not working for 1 minute, how much loss will be there? Who is that? Who is the Flipkart founder? Sachin Bansal? Okay. So who is Amazon founder, guys?
Bezos.
You know Bezos, okay? You know, you don't know Indian product CEO. Flipkart is an Indian product, okay? Sachin Bezos or someone, not Bezos. Who is that? Bansal. Bansal, okay? Bansal is the CEO for Flipkart, okay? Right, okay? So if the application is down for 1 minute, there is a loss for crores. You cannot imagine the loss. Imagine the Amazon application is down for 1 minute, okay? A big loss to the Bezos, okay? So in that way, see, if it is down for 1 minute, not an issue. If it is keep on down for 1 minute, who will access the Amazon application? Now the entire business is going to be collapsed, right? So applications are very important. 24/7, we have to provide support. Okay, guys. So this is how it will work. The live application, you can see this is the live application. This is going to attach it to the production environment. Production application servers will be there. Production database servers will be there. In the same way, we'll have non-prod servers also will be there to test the logics and all, to test the new features and all. We will have non-prod in there. We will test the logics, everything will test there. Once they are successful, then we'll implement on the production environment. But non-prod environment usually don't get the data. Production environment, people will connect and they are going to buy something and the data will be inserted. But how non-prod environment will get the data? Can anyone tell me how non-prod environment will get the data?
Periodically, the production team will sync the data.
Very good, excellent. Okay, periodically what we can do, we have to take the backups of the production database and we have to restore it into the non-prod database. This is how we have to provide data to the non-prod environments. That is called database refresh. Taking backup of production environment, restoring into the non-prod environment is called database refresh. Okay, so these tasks will do it regularly every weekly or monthly, depends upon the application requirements, developer team requirement. Will do these activities. Okay, next is backup failures. In case if any backup failures happens, restore failures happens, that is our responsibility to take care of it. Guys, is that okay? Now the time is around 8:35. Is that okay, guys? Can we continue for 10 to 15 minutes? Is that okay to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Everyone, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Good. Okay. The next is creating the schedules and all jobs. What is this job? What is this maintenance plans? We'll discuss later. But a small intro is, imagine I'm managing 100 databases. 100 databases regularly. I have to do the backups. Regularly, I have to take the backups. Manually, it is not possible. Imagine I have 1,000 servers. How can I take the manual backups on 1,000 servers? Very difficult thing, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create some jobs. Okay. This job, what it will do, it is going to invoke every time. What is database refresh? That's what we discussed, Raviteja. Taking backup of production servers and restoring into the non-prod servers is called database refresh. Okay. Any doubts, Raviteja? Fine. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Right. So jobs and all means what? Jobs means simply will schedule a job, will create a job. This jobs depends upon the requirement. It is going to run and it is going to take the backups automatically. See, jobs means don't think only backup jobs. Jobs means a script which will run as per the scheduled time. That's it. If you keep an alarm, see 7 o'clock class is there. Some people will keep an alarm for say 6:30 itself. 6:30, 6:45, you will keep an alarm. So that what it means at 6:45, the alarm will ring and then you are going to join the class, right? So in the same way, we'll prepare a query, we'll prepare a script, okay? And this script will schedule, okay, daily night 12 o'clock, this script has to run. That process is called job. That is called automation. Decreasing the human interface, like the interface means intervention. So decreasing the human work. You can simply configure one job to take the backups. This job will run daily at night 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock and this job will take the backups of all the databases. So no need of manual work and all. No need to take the backups manually. Simply if you configure the job, it will only take the backups on all the databases on all the servers regularly. That is called jobs. Okay, so as a DBS, we have to create the jobs and collection of jobs. You can call it as a maintenance plans. We have to create maintenance plans and all. It's a DBA responsibility. And configuring high availability, guys. Very important, very important high availabilities. Okay, So high availability means making the server highly available is called high availability. Making the server highly available. Guys, you can see this application Flipkart. It is running on some application servers. It is running on some production servers. Imagine one production server is down. What happened? Your application will be down. Your Flipkart will be down. Your Amazon will be down. There is a big loss to the customer. Or something happened to that building catches fires. Where the servers are there, that building catches fires. Or that building is affected with this, what is that, tsunamis, natural calamities, or floods. Imagine the building catches fires or floods or tsunamis, kind of natural calamities came. If the server down, the application will be down. If the application is down, there is a big loss for the customer, right? So we have to maintain the application 24/7. But how can we maintain the application 24/7, guys? Because of these natural calamities and lot of other issues, human failures or machine failures, how can we maintain with a single machine? Is it possible to maintain high availability? It's not possible. So what we are going to do, we'll maintain a second copy of that particular server. Okay. So like, dual roles, right? In the movies, dual roles. Heroes will be like, they are going to play dual characters. If once something happened to one hero, another hero will come in the air and he is going to save the other hero, right? One hero is an innocent hero. One hero is what you can say, okay, very intelligent hero and all. And this hero will come in the air and he will save that hero. In the same way, if something happened to one database server, one more database, the same copy of another database server will be always available. If something happened, if one server is down, another server will take the responsibility and it will provide the data to the application. That is called high availability. Very important, very beautiful features. We have 5 high availability techniques in the SQL Server: log shipping, mirroring, replication, okay, clustering, Windows clustering, SQL clustering, and always on. These are the excellent features, very important features. You have to concentrate more on these 5 features, very important, and we are going to discuss all these features, okay? Right? So as a DBA, it's your responsibility to configure the high availability features and to manage the high availability features and all, right? And any issues are there, you have to fix it. And in case if the server is performing slow, you are running one query which has to be run in 1 second or 1 minute, it is running 1 hour. That is called performance issue. How to fix those issues? That is, as a DBA, that is your responsibility. These are the main responsibilities of the DBAs, guys. Regularly, we are going to do these activities in the organization. Any doubts, any issues as of now? Is it clear, everyone? Any doubts, any issues, guys?
It's clear.
Please, everyone, I need responses from everyone. I told you it's an interactive.
Yes,
It's an interactive, okay? It's an interactive. So please try to open your mouth and you can say everything. Don't hesitate again, right? So these are the regular DBA activities, guys. Let me go back to this preparation. Yes. Right. Okay, then. Okay, so that's it. Only the technical part is completed for today. Tomorrow onwards, we'll jump into the technical side. We'll discuss about the course now. Right. The course duration is around 6 to 7 weeks, guys. 1.5 months. Okay. The course duration is around 1.5 months. We just started December 15th, right? So I'm expecting this is going to be completed by January 30 or 31st. I'm expecting. Okay. 1.5 months. You can block the calendars for this 1.5 month. Okay. Mostly 6 to 7 weeks will be there. And as discussed in the course video, mostly the classes will be from Monday to Friday, 7 to 8:30, depends upon the topic. Today, see here, 8:30, like we are supposed to stop at 8:30, but we are just extended the session, right? In the same way, depends upon the topic, the session might be extended till 8:55. Okay, till 8:55. If you have any questions, please let me know. The sessions might be extended till 8:55. And earlier I used to take classes from Monday to Friday, but this batch I'm going to introduce Saturday also. So Monday to Saturday classes will be there. Okay, Monday to Saturday classes will be there. 7 to 8:30 is the common timing. In case depends upon the topic, it might be extended till 8:45, 8:50 also. Clear, everyone? Course duration is 1.5 months. Minimum 50 hours of training we are going to discuss. Who can learn this course, guys? So everyone who is interested, who is dedicated, who needs an IT job can learn this course. It's not related to the technical side. You might be, okay, you might not belong to a computer background, but that's not an important thing. You might be from any stream. You might be from any stream, guys. Only thing is you should be capable to understand those things. Okay. And you should be dedicated regularly. You have to attend the classes. That is the only mandatory things to learn this course, guys. Believe me, believe me, believe me. Almost most of your people are 30 years, are close to 30 years, more than 25 years, right? 25 years we spend the life, okay, to struggle for the next 25 years or 30 years. Believe me, guys, just spend 2 months time with me. 2 months time with me. Do a hard work for 2 months. That's it. Only block 2 months in your life to change your life, guys. Just block 2 months of calendar in your life to change your life. Okay. Remember, guys, believe me, if you attend the classes daily, and if you are practicing regularly, I'm sure you have a better future. Okay. So believe me, don't hesitate to ask any doubts and don't skip the classes. And again, don't come to the class only for the job. Love the subject for the next 2 months. Believe me, guys, once if your love is pure, automatically you will get the job. You will get the interest to practice. You will get the job. Once you are practicing daily, you will get the job, guys. Believe me, there are people say, it's my responsibility. I'll get lot of batches. Every batch I'll tell like this only. But it's up to you, guys. No one will encourage you. It's you, your life. You have to encourage yourself. You have to push yourself. Okay. No one is going to encourage. There is no time for others. Not even your parents also, they can tell up to some extent only. But it's your life. You have to burn that light in you. Okay. So guys, believe me, just block 2 months of calendar in your life so that you can change your life again. Okay. How to practice regularly, I'll help you how to do, what to do and all. I'll show you the things, everything. I'm going to share the screen. We are going to give the real-time demos how we are going to do and all. If you want to keep 3 years, more than 3 years of experience, you have to practice minimum 3 hours daily. You have to practice minimum 3 hours daily. Okay. Daily you have to practice 3 to 4 hours. If you are keeping 5 years experience, you have to practice 5 hours a day. Don't ask, sir, what to practice. Nothing. Simply prepare a neat notes. Whatever I am doing, whatever I am teaching, try to prepare a notes. That's enough. Try to take the neat screenshots and all. Try to prepare your own notes. That's enough for 5 hours of practice. Prepare. Try to do the same things. Don't think, okay, sir told this option. What if I select this option? What will happen? Try to explore the things. Don't simply follow me. Try to explore the things. Okay, guys. And this is how you have to practice. Minimum 3 to 5 hours per day you have to practice. Don't postpone it. Okay, chalo, I'll practice it on the weekends. No weekends. You have to practice immediately. I know a lot of people are doing job, but it's your responsibility. If you are spending some money, means try to spend some time also. If you want job, you have to spend time daily. Okay. And the lab setup prerequisites for setting up the labs, guys. So you should have, initially you can manage with a 4 GB of RAM. Okay. 4 GB of RAM is enough. Okay. And 100 GB of storage is enough. Later, while starting high availability, we just now discussed it, right? High availabilities, we should have minimum 8 GB of RAM to practice, okay, a real-time setup and all. Initially, you can go with 4 GB. Later, you should have 8 GB. And again, nothing to worry. Most of your laptops are new laptops only. In case if you have 4 GB only, you can spend 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees. You can extend your RAM to 8 GB. If you're already having 4 GB or if you're already having 8 GB, that is normal. Okay. But 8 GB also is somewhat slow, but this is minimum. At least you should have minimum 8 GB. If you have 12 GB, it's good. 12 GB, it's good. Mine is 12 GB only. Okay. If you have 12 GB, where is this? Okay. If you have 12 GB RAM, it's good. But minimum, you should have minimum 8 GB RAM, guys, to practice the things. Initially, first 20 days, you can practice with 4 GB. Later, once we started this high availability concepts, you should have 8 GB RAM and 100 GB storage. Storage is 100 GB enough. It's more than enough, 100 GB. Free space is enough. right? Okay, 1 minute. Let me go to this. Yes. Okay. And softwares, I'm going to provide all the software, guys. You can attend 3 classes, 3 days. Okay. After 3 days, once you are satisfied with my trainings, you can continue. Then I'm going to provide you the softwares. Then you can start installing the things and all. Okay. Softwares, notes, I'll provide. Okay. I'll provide softwares and notes. And again, I'll encourage you to prepare your own notes. Okay. Meeting softwares, we are going to use Zoom meeting software, and same meeting link will be there. Don't think you can escape from me in case if you did not complete the payment and all, I'll remove you from the what is that list, that participant list and all. So I'm going to use the same link, but again there are limitations. Okay, right, right? And meeting links, Zoom meeting links will be there. The same meeting link will be there, and I'll provide you the recording permissions regularly. Each session 40 minutes you can record daily, and those sessions are going to be stored in your laptop only. By mistake, if you are unable to join a class, might be it's difficult. Sometimes you cannot attend 100%. 1 or 2 days you might miss, but I'll record those sessions also. Okay, each and every session will be recorded, and I'm going to upload some of the sessions to the YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel, right? I hope you know the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. Okay, so go to YouTube, just type SQL DBA classes. You will get my YouTube channel. There, what you can do is, okay, just type SQL DBA classes, then you will get this one. This is our channel with the 3 black servers. Okay, and just click on this link, and this is our channel. Go to video section. There you can see videos, some of the old batch videos you can see here. In the same way, this is batch 40, right? Where is this batch 40, class 65, class 60? Don't think everything will be there in the YouTube, guys. Okay, right? I'm not going to keep everything in the YouTube, just 30 to 25 to 30%. That's it. Remaining, I'll directly send to your mail itself. Okay. So every batch, again, this is batch 41. I'll upload the classes like SQL DBA batch 41 class 1. Today's is class 1, class 2, class 3. I'll upload today. Okay. So you can access like this. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay. So that you can get the videos regularly. Right. This is how you can manage the recordings and all, class recordings and all. And one more thing, what is that? Let me open this document and let me open. Yes. Okay, meetings. Doubts and access as discussed. Whenever you have a doubt, you can simply stop me. No issues at all. Nothing to worry. There is no small doubt. There is no big doubt. Simply stop me and ask me. No issues. But if you keep on asking the same doubt, I'll ask you to revive once, to go through the old videos once. Okay. If you don't know, you can ask me. But same thing, if you're asking me, I'll just ask you to revise the old videos once. Okay, right? Doubts and exercise, guys. Every day I'll give some exercises. Every day I'll give you some exercises. You have to complete the exercise, guys. And again, don't take light. Okay, it's very important. These exercises are interview questions. These exercises are interview questions. If you are missing on exercise, you are missing on interview question. That's up to you now. And guys, fun-based learning this is. Okay, we will have Kaun Banega Crorepati game on Saturdays. And guys, from this batch onwards, believe me, there are rewards to you, to your performance. Rewards. I'm going to record each and every one performance. If you are performing well, there are rewards. You can get the cash back also. Believe me, you can get the cash back. Okay, there are rewards. If you are performing well, you have to complete the exercises. You have to answer whatever questions I am asking in the classes and all. And sometimes I will ask you to share your screen to show the demo and all. You have to complete these things. There is a reward for each and every performance, guys. There is a reward. Believe me, there is a cashback or Amazon gift card I am going to provide you for the topper of the batch. I'm not going to decide the value as of now, what is the value of Amazon gift card, but the topper of the batch will get an Amazon gift card. And not only the topper of the batch, runners also will get the gift cards, guys. This is all to encourage. No trainer is giving these kind of facilities, only to just to, what is that? To continue that fire till the course is going to complete. That's why I'm doing all these things. Okay, so and that too, it should be a fun-based learning. Okay, fun-based, lot of fun games will be there, and it should be a fun-based learning, guys. And other people, those who succeeded in the previous batches, they will come to this and they will give some lectures also. Not now, at the end of the sessions. Those who are succeeded, and employees from other companies, those who are taking interviews, they will also come to this class. They will give their lectures. Speaker series. We have a speaker series, guys. Okay. Employees from Microsoft will come and they will give a lecture. What to do, what not to do, what will be the work and all. Employees from Microsoft, believe me, employees from Microsoft, they will come to this speaker series and they will give the lectures. And other companies also, they will give their valuable suggestions, what and all things they will look into it while filtering the candidates. Okay, so everything I am going to provide you guys. And job preparation, after the course, I'll help you how to prepare the resume, how to upload the resume and all, how to get the job. Okay, so everything, if you're up to date, that's not a big thing. Okay, you should be up to date. You have to practice a lot. Okay, guys. And about me, I guess you know, right? So a very small intro. Myself, Shanmukh, having 10+ years of experience as a SQL DBA. Currently, I'm working as a SQL DBA for a UK company. Okay, and teaching the SQL Server DBA since 6+ years. This is very small intro about me. And again, there is no qualification. Diploma, minimum diploma is enough. Okay, and how much salary you can expect and all that we'll discuss in tomorrow's class. Guys, is it clear? Everyone, is it clear? Any issues, any doubts, any suggestions, guys? It's, yeah, 1 minute. Any suggestions are also acceptable. Sir, your class is too fast, sir. Sir, your classes is too slow, sir. You can give me any suggestions also. Very important. Okay. Yes, guys, you can ask me. Yeah, any doubts?
Everything is good, sir.
Okay.
Everything is okay, sir.
Okay. So any suggestions, guys? Any suggestions? Anything that you want to?
Shanmukh,
Yeah.
yeah. So we are going to means like we are going to cover about the tuning part. So in that tuning parts, you are going to get the scenarios kind of things.
No. So the whole course itself 1.5 months, right? So see, tuning involves two things. One is as a DBA, you might be a professional, you might be already working as a SQL DBA, or might be working on another technology. But the thing is, most of the people are not from computer background. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I am not going to disappoint you. I'll teach a 4 years, 5 years experience guys, what and all performance issues they will get, how to fix those issues, the bottlenecks, the best settings. That's it. I am not going to discuss advanced performance tuning and query optimization. Don't expect advanced performance tuning and query optimization. There are no scenario based. Only performance tuning means 2 days or 3 days I'll take the classes and I'll explain all the bottlenecks, all the challenges, what and all challenges are there in the performance tuning. How to tune it means best settings. Okay, there is no scenario based learning in the performance tuning. If you want that, you have to go for advanced performance tuning. Okay, that is around 1 month course. We are already going to complete 1.5 month, and again, no other trainer is teaching 1.5 month nowadays, but I am teaching 1.5 month. We'll already be with 1.5 month, and again, no one can spend another 1 month for advanced performance. If you still need advanced performance tuning, get it back to me. Okay, I'll help you. I'll map a advanced performance tuning trainer with you. That is different part. Okay, that's not part of this training.
Okay, so on the part of backup and restore, there will be recovery scenario.
Yes, sorry.
On the backup and restore,
For
there will be recovery
topics,
scenario.
Yes. For all topics, for all DBA activities, you have everything we are going to discuss from beginning to ending. Nothing to worry in the DBA topics. Only performance tuning. There is no scenario based. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions? The meeting is going to end now, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, tomorrow morning by 7 a.m. we are going to start the class. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'll extend the meeting also. I'll open the meeting link. If you still have any questions, I'll open the meeting link again. If you don't have any questions, tomorrow we'll meet on the same meeting link you can use to join tomorrow by 7 a.m. Clear, guys?
Okay.
Any issues?
Okay,
any doubts?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, tomorrow we'll meet at 7 a.m. Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Yes.